So hello. Welcome back to my channel. Don't forget to like and subscribe and also support my small business at latricelimited.com. 850 more unvaccinated New York City teachers, aides fired for not complying with the mandate. The City Department of Education has axed another 850 teachers and classroom aides, bringing the total to nearly 2,000 school employees fired for failure to comply with the vaccine mandate, increasingly struck down in the court. About 1,300 DOE employees who took a year's unpaid leave with benefits agreed to show proof of COVID vaccination by September 5th or be deemed to have voluntary resignation. Okay, which is, that's ridiculous. Okay, it's like, oh, if you don't get this, then your job isn't important. You're not important. Boom. Oh man, but we don't have any teachers. Teacher shortage. I don't know how that happened. Same thing with the pilots. Well, all y'all could just retire early. All y'all, pilots, flight attendant. Okay, cool. I'll take the money and I'll retire. And then now it's like, ooh, well, we ain't got no more pilots. What we gonna do? No more pilots. Well, you told them all leave. What do you expect them to do? You tell someone to leave, they're going to leave, It says the 850 let go makes roughly 1,950 DOE staffers terminated since the vaccine mandate took effect on October 29, 2021. Rachel Garcia, an elementary teacher in Brooklyn for 15 years and mother of two, worked fully in person during the pandemic and never got sick, but she refused to get vaccinated, finally taking leave after the DOE denied her request for a religious exemption. I really put my eggs in one basket, hoping and praying that at the last minute our mayor would turn everything around in time for us to go back to work. And that's the thing. People even had that with just like regular, maybe it wasn't school related or anything like that, teaching related, but people even had that for like work from home jobs if they worked in office, because they were like, oh, well, I could apply for this job, but, or I could say yes to this job, but this job may say that we could stay home and we'll be good to go. Okay, so it's kind of like the same thing, but even though this one's a vaccine and this one's just staying home, it's kind of similar where they're like, okay, well, we don't know. Everything's up in the air. What are we going to do? How are you going to go about doing this? All right. It says Mayor Adams never lifted the vaccine mandate while other cities and states are dropping such requirements due to relaxed CDC guidelines. Okay. I'm angry. I'm hurt to be cast aside like I was nothing because I couldn't give a proper goodbye to my students. Other teachers told me that they kept saying, when is Miss Garcia coming back? This made me cry so much. In all, New York City has fired more than 2,600 municipal workers not fully vaccinated, according to the City Hall tallies. But last week, a Manhattan judge ruled that an unvaccinated NYPD officer, one of the dozens terminated, can't be fired because the city gave no explanation as to why it rejected his religious exemption request. Okay, so this also makes me wonder, and it's like, with that little part right there, why is it okay for him, but it's not okay for her? Well, you didn't give me a reason. Did you give her a reason? What would you say? Oh, well, you can't do it because because we said you ain't religious. Okay, bye. So what is the real reasoning for why? All right. I actually have a tweet here, and it's actually from the Epoch News, and it says 20 weeks after vaccination, the effectiveness of Pfizer's COVID-19 vaccine against infection turned negative for children age 5 through 11, meaning that vaccinated children were more likely to contract the virus than unvaccinated children, a new study shows. So here's the thing for why a lot of people are not down with the jab, okay? Because it's a new thing. We all know that Big Pharma is, you may be like, well, it's a vaccine, of course, people. Well, Big Pharma is playing a huge part. You got Bill Gates, you got a lot of things that just don't seem right, okay? And you just don't know what's in this and where did this, virus come from. That's a huge thing. So you have a lot of people who are kind of like looking at this, and then you see new data popping up out of the woodworks. We've been in this thing for 2 years now, and we've been seeing new data come out of nowhere, and people are talking about it. And it's like, okay, well, what's going on? And then we're seeing this, and this is saying that pretty much it weakens your immune system. How is that? If it's supposed to be a vaccine, it's supposed to be good to go. You're supposed to be good to go. But now it's weakening your immune system. So why would somebody want to take something that is harmful to their, body and, being able to combat certain things? Now you may say, well, you didn't know that going in. Well, that's the problem. You didn't know that going in. So now you're looking at it and it's like, okay, now you may say, well, Alex, it's only from people 5 to 11. Well, there's not enough research done. So this is why people are like, yo, I don't want this stuff. And I don't think that people should get fired from it. Let them work from home then. Let them work at the house with the digital thing. Maybe put all the kids in a classroom or something and have, like a principal there or something. You know what I mean? And have them watch them. Why not do something like that? Why not have just, sub or whatever the case may be? Or have them, not go. Let's have it still be virtual. Because there's still a lot of people who are contracting the virus, who are still getting sick, and then they're going out, so it's like this will help the spread. You're also talking about climate change and all this other stuff, different kind of crises that we have going on. Get people off the roads. That would aid in a lot, that would definitely help. So, I definitely get why, someone would be skeptical of something like this, because it's like, I don't know it. You don't know it. No one has tested it really, so what's really going on? I would like to know your thoughts and opinions. Do you think that these people, this 850 plus should have, do you think they should have just gotten it and been like, okay, keep your job? Or do you think that they should just stand for what they believe in? I would love to know down in the comments down below. And until then.